What up, Naughty Steppers? It's Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and it's time for another Throwback Thursday video. Similar to an opinion piece, but more of a reflection on something than overtly opinionated, an instigator for discussion and conversation all the same. And in this video I'm going to be looking back over my favourite originals and remixes from 2016. A few months ago I did a video on my favourites from 2015, another fantastic nostalgia trip even though it was only 3 years ago. And with it being that time of year when yearly favourites lists are being formed, I thought it would be a good time to go back to the revisit videos in the lead up to that. Might as well mention this now, but my yearly favourites videos for this year, 2018, will all be coming out in 1 week in December, and there will be 4 of them. But this video will be entirely similar to the 2015 one, just going to show you my favourite originals and remixes from 2016 in order. Then I'm going to talk about how I would change them if I were to restructure them today, which songs would be higher, which ones lower, etc. But this is also to get your opinions, not only on my lists, but also on any tracks, originals and remixes that you think I may have missed out, so get commenting with your favourites from the year 2016. And hopefully through my re-evaluation and your comments, we can come to some sort of conclusion as to just how good this year was for bass music within the context of the last 7 or 8 years generally. So yeah, gonna put the lists up on the screen for you all to see and just go from there. So starting with the originals, working from the bottom upwards, has my opinion on this list changed from then to now. The title track from Our Enemy's Monochrome EP I would probably leave in that place. It's deserving of its top 20 spot for that year in my opinion. Saddening that that EP got taken down from every platform, to be honest. I remember really enjoying it, but now it's nowhere to be seen. Ichiban I think I would also keep in the same spot. A really good trap collaboration if you haven't heard it already. Fully recommend. Rap Stars I would say has grown on me more over time. One of my favourite bass house tunes ever, so yeah, I'd be happy to move that one up slightly. Name Brand is a fantastic track, but I must admit I've enjoyed it less over the years, so I think it would be outside of the top 20 if I were to redo it now. Edge is quite simply an iconic track now looking back at it. Undoubtedly one of Rez's best, if not the best, so I think I would move that one up a fair few places. Annihilate by Too Vain is a track where I'd say I've realised the complexities of it more over time. Really gripping dubstep, so I might move that one up a bit. Outer Jaunt by Null Magma, if you guys haven't heard before, is a brilliantly fast-paced dubstep track. Really well put together, so colourful, so I may shift that one up a bit as well. Dodge and Fusky's Destination Terror, I really enjoyed when it came out, and still do a fair bit to this day. I love the simplicity of it, and the drops are very infectious. But in saying that, it's almost too simple and straightforward, and I'm not sure completely worth a top 20 spot for singles in 2016. Keizo's Can't Stop has grown on me more over time when I think about it. The drops here are the definition of riveting, so I could see myself moving that one up a couple places. VIPs I would keep in that spot. Not what most people wanted from these two, but I absolutely love this collaboration, and probably one of the best from that jungle terror sort of style that I've ever heard. Then I come to Skeleton Dance and Third Degree, and to be honest, I think those two and VIPs are pretty interchangeable in terms of their positions. For me, they've all got an equal amount of good parts or aspects to them, so tracks 9 to 11 are interchangeable. Big shout out to Axel Boy's track Bun Up and Ton Up, by the way. Another really good song of his from 2016 that would push very close to this top 20 list. Radiate by Panda Eyes left a huge mark on me that year. Verges on epic in its design and structure, very euphoric feel to it. However, listening to it again now, I'm not sure the dubstep is all that great in spite of it being amazing structurally. So I think I would be moving that one down, if not out of the top 20 list completely. Similarly with places 9 to 11, for me UFO and Cut the Check are pretty interchangeable, offering the same amount of good aspects for me personally. The Entangled is my favourite from Noisy's Outer Edges album. Just pips Collider, but not necessarily because it's better. It's more within the context of this list. Nice to have a more intricate and tricksy track than a full-blown, hard-hitting one, as a lot of the tracks in front of it are. Joyride's Hot Drum really has stood the test of time. It's a tremendous track, and to be honest, I feel compelled to move it up one place, if not two. Rip and Dip I'll drop to 4th, a stunning track that brings so much together, and fully deserving of its top 4 place. But I'm not sure I like it as much as when I had it on repeat in 2016. Borg is another sensational dubstep composition, struggling slightly to pick between that and Hot Drum for 2nd place, but I think Borg pips it just. And Duke Camp, well, you all know what I think of Duke Camp, but if you're new here, then just check out this video. My undoubted number 1 of that year, and there is absolutely no budging on that one. Now it's time to look at some special mentions that I missed from that year, and good lord, there are some absolutely belting singles that I missed out from my original list. Jotaro by Fizo, Child's Play by Krimmer, What Have I Done by Eptic, Zip It by Wooly and Jarvis, Cloudlet by Spaghetti and Ehide, Platinum by Josh Pan and X&G, Barricadence by Hero Bust, Fuck Bitches Get Honey by Bear Grylls, Flight by Jet Set, Shush K by A Glory and Potions and Pills, We Gone by Haterade and Swellow, and Clickbait by Botneck. Some of which I would love to put into my top 20 if I were to do it again, so this is what my revised list would look like. So Our Enemies and Dabroka and Space Race keep their spots pretty much. Same with Seek and Destroy, who's maybe moved down a little. Null Magma, I can't remember exactly where that track was, but it may have moved down. Just slightly though. Same with Skeleton Dance and VIPs. Jotaro goes straight in at number 14. That's a very solid dubstep track. Can't believe I missed that one out. Two Veins Annihilate goes up a little bit. Axel Boy's Third Degree is around the same spot. Keizo's Can't Stop goes up a little bit. Platinum by Josh Pan and X&G goes straight in at number 10. A fantastic track that I can't believe I missed out my first time around doing this list. Same with Krimmer's Child's Play. Another belting dubstep tune. If you haven't heard that one already, I fully recommend checking it out. Edge by Rez, I said I would move up a few places, and I have, deservedly so. Cut the Check and UFO are interchangeable, as I said. Just moved UFO above Cut the Check for now to spice things up a bit. The Entangled keeps its place. Getter's Rip and Dip drops to 4th. Joyride's Hot Drum goes up to 3rd. And the top 2 remain the same. So what do you guys make of this first list and the changes that I've made now from the first time of making it? And also, are there any that I've forgotten that you would definitely add in? So if you want to pause the video at some point here and get your thoughts down on that, then do so now, because we're about to go into the remixes. Again, working from the bottom upwards, has my opinion on this list changed from then to now? Straight away when I see those Nano and Hearts remixes, I want to move them up, and the Sneak and Skin Deep ones I want to move down. I've continued loving the former two over the years, and the latter two I enjoy less than I did in 2016. Kinda got bored of them, so that's that. I haven't gotten any more from the Zomboy track over time, but neither have I grown to enjoy it less, so I'm happy keeping that one there. The Mastodon, Mike Savello and Abstract remixes I would shift up collectively. I still love listening to all of those. Maybe put the Mastodon one above the other two. Looking at what he's done since, this is his first amazing track in my opinion. It's aged extremely well. The Chime remix is a whirlwind experience, fully deserving of its top 20 place, but I think I enjoy the previously mentioned 3 a little bit more nowadays. The last we ever heard of Let's Be Friends is a sensational remix. Again, still love it to this day. Inclined to move that one up slightly. The Must Die remix I appreciate much more now than I used to, and that's really saying something, so I'll be moving that one much closer to the top. VMP's remix is a great one. Think it's suited to its spot, but the Ray Volpe track, I think I would move down a couple places. He's in his vocal trap element here, that's for sure, and it's definitely in the top 20 remixes of that year. I just don't think I personally get as much from it as I used to. I think I would give tracks 5 to 7 a bit of a reshuffle. I was wowed by the Starbuck remix and still am, considering how little known he is comparatively. But I think I would move that one down a few spots. Over the years it's become slightly stale for me. Still verges on top 10 material, but not quite that for me anymore. Drezzo and Max Styler's remixes therefore would automatically go up, and I'd have little problem with that. Still enjoy both a lot to this day. Going into the top 4, and the Tisoki and Oliver's VIP is amazing, don't get me wrong, one of the most weirdly brilliant EDM tracks I've ever heard. But realising how mighty the other 3 are, it would have to slide down into 4th. Still no mean feat for something as quirky and outlandish as that track is. The Getter remix, I think both sonically and structurally, has the most going for it of the 3 here, so I'd keep that at number 1. And then probably moving the Kill the Noise remix into 2nd. It continues to have a profound impact on me whenever I listen to it, whilst the still excellent Barely Alive and Virtual Riot collab would slide down one place, but still fully worthy of its top 3 spot. Bloody hell though, I mean, looking at this list and the singles one too, 2016 really was quite the year for dubstep, wasn't it? Again, it's now time to look at some special mentions from that year, and once more, there are some fantastic edits that I missed out from my original list. The Dirty Doses and Trevor remix of All For You, the Spitfire and Decembra remix of Senses Overload, the Gamma and Keizo remix of Propaganda, the Crank That VIP of The End, and the Bro Hug remix of Blue Sky. Again, some of which I would love to put into my revised list. So, the Spitfire and Decembra remix and the Dirty Doses and Trevor remix have gone straight in. The Zomboy extended mix is pretty much the same. The Nano and Hearts remixes have gone up. The Chime remix is down slightly. The Mike Savello, Abstract and Mastodon remixes have gone up, with the Mastodon one on top of those 3 as I said, and the Ray Volpe one has gone out of the top 10. The Starbuck remix has gone down but keeps its top 10 spot. The VMP and Let's Be Friends remixes have pretty much stayed the same. The Must Die one has gone up significantly. The Drezzo and Max Styler remixes have gone up slightly, or maybe they've stayed the same, I'm not entirely sure. And the SpongeBob VIP has dropped down one place. And as I mentioned earlier, the Barely Alive and Virtual Riot is down one place. The Kill the Noise is up one into 2nd. And the Getter remix retains its top spot. Again, what do you guys make of this list and the changes that I've made? Which ones would you add in that I've forgotten? A lot to think about, I know, but every track mentioned here is linked in the description down below. So if your memory needs a little jog or nudge on that front, then be sure to check them out. With the greatest respect to my past self, my understanding of dark electronic music and how it works has completely changed in the last 2 years, which I think is quite cool. I'm welcoming these changes, and to be honest, I'm excited to see how they will change in another 2 years from now. Again, also, I'm just going to highlight the lesser known tracks from each list that I feel are absolutely must listen and that you have to check out now. For the singles, Cut the Check by Spitfire and Decembra, Outer Jaunt by Null Magma, and Annihilate by Too Vain. And for the remixes, the Starbuck remix, the VMP remix, and the Nano remix. And so that is that, guys, for another Throwback Thursday video. Thank you very much, and as always, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hitting the notification bell along the way. Next to my head, there'll be a link to other videos mentioned in this video, so if you want some more naughtiness to delve into, then be sure to check that out. Don't forget to like and follow Nawtystep across social media if you haven't already, all of which is linked, including every track I discussed here, in the description box down below. And lastly, if it's naughty, then you know, guys, so be sure as always to keep it naughty and stay safe. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Peace out.